Hey, bud. Good thing you're here. Let's get to work. We have learned a lot since we implemented this, so it's time to say goodbye to the old iron lines. We're going to rebuild this and start rebuilding the secondary lines. So the level 2, level 3 stuff. While this worked in the very short immediate time that we needed it, I don't think that planting everything on top of the warehouse was the correct move. We went ahead and built up everything here because that's kind of the early gameplay loop, and we're gonna go ahead and look at how do we start future proofing this a little bit further, whether that means we do our iron building right here or we move it to another district and do something else with this space. All right, got that ripped out, got ourselves a nice little plot of land we can build something else up on. There's just so much iron ore being brought in that I have to really up the production levels of what we were doing. I don't think I've ever seen a rainbow in Satisfactory before. It's very pretty. We are over here where we are pulling the local pure lines and normal lines. It just so happens that there was a bunch in the area when I was building out the limestone depot, which, to be honest, I don't even think I've fully utilized. But what I'm thinking is this: we Mark III all of our new lines, we overclock them all, and we just start stacking levels of iron production over there. I'm gonna rip out this old storage. We'll put in some of our new storage capabilities, and we will also build out some more truck stops. First things first, let's get these lines done. Well, if it isn't one of my favorite characters in this whole game, Mizu. I haven't seen Mizu in forever. She's been holding it down over here though. So I am updating all the miners over here on the pure iron lines that are feeding over. And I really like this building, and I think we just need to update it. I'm not even playing. I think one of my trucks ran over Mizu. She won't move. Oh, okay. Hopefully she respawns. That would be devastating. Mizu, where are you? I'll find her. Don't worry. We're still working on the place, but it's coming along. I just needed to let you know about Mizu. Well, it's truly a dark day. I can't find Mizu anywhere. I don't know if she respawns. I'll keep looking, but this place is wrapping up for the most part. This is gonna be Mizu's park. I need to figure out how to memorialize her if I can't find her. I haven't given up hope yet, but it doesn't look good. But this dumb bird just sits here. It doesn't get run over. Like, what are you? Gross. I miss Mizu. Well, bad news about Mizu. I think she's gone. I need to put up a memorial. This can maybe be her tombstone. There we go. We'll always remember you, Mizu. Okay, back to working on the iron. I've actually been over there a little bit. Let me show you. We're gonna go just real simple here. I have 6 stations. I have a station for each pure line, and then we'll have 2 for the normals. We're not gonna do anything fancy here. And then we will get that over to our iron spot. I want to make a more robust system for dropping off. Actually, I gotta figure out how we're going to drop off all this iron. Cool. Pretty happy with how this has come along. The iron build is pretty much complete. We got these guys loading in, and we've got it decorated up. Was getting tired of having to run places, and I had already started this hyper tube loop, and I just decided to extend it further. So I added a stop there. I also added a stop here. I'm still getting used to how you move around, but yep. So I come up to a bit of a design choice. Do we continue building vertical, or do we try and build out more horizontally? But we still need the drop-off stations for the trucks. So I'm thinking we do that around here. Maybe we go ahead and box this in, have that be drop off for the ore. The other design choice that we could make is to still make that right there, but we wipe out our current warehouse, which, you know, it served its purpose at the time, but as you can also see, it's a very old design. As I was just learning, it's pretty rudimentary, and I think could be wiped out, and I am not going to get too upset over it. We will also need to wipe out all of the secondary and third dairy and tertiary items to be able to expand in this area, because the amount of iron ore is going to be massive. Got our iron unload stations installed here in that little parking lot I was talking about setting up. We boxed that off already. We might have to build upwards, make this the ground floor, and then take everything above and over. I don't know. Let me see if I can make the lower level kind of look like a deliberate parking garage type thing. All right, spot's coming along nicely. We've got our drop-off point. We are bringing the iron ore upwards. I am going to extend it over the highway and bring the iron ore in to the north here. So I am going to be wiping out the secondary work that we did, and I think I will also tear down this old warehouse. We are going to get away from the smelter plus constructor setup, and I kind of want to build out different districts. I want this district area to just be smelters, and they are going to be fed from the truck stations over here. I'm actually building this out with the consideration of the final belt, which is 1,200 a minute. So we're gonna have a lot of smelters lined up right here. I want to say we'll have at least 250 smelters, probably more, after this is done. So we're gonna build this off and close it, And I think we'll end the episode with us smelting all that iron and then figuring out where to put it. I just want to stop and admire for a moment my old storage. It looks just really cool when it's sprawled out like that. All right, got our warehouse wiped out, got our flooring down, got rid of the annoying trees. I thought this was kind of funny. It cripples my computer when I open up this player crate. And this is after deleting all the rods that were in here. It was actually, this is a lot better. We've got 30 frames a second, but it was running at about 5. Progress update. We have our prototype, I think, for 40 smelter stack. And I have a, you know, I think this looks really cool with the lights, and I originally planned on covering it off, but I'm wondering if there's a way that we can make this more visible, and I am going to try and figure that out, but that is the layout plan, and I'll show you what that looks like later on. Other than that, the other major progress piece is the road. And this road is going to be in between the smelter and the constructor area, which will be on this side. I think we'll end up having the ingots go under the road, which should look pretty cool. But trucks will be able to come into this circle, drop off at their given truck station, then hop back on this road, head down that way, connect with that road, take a left, and they're back in that kind of mall looking thing that I built earlier where all the trucks are getting loaded up. But yeah, it's all coming together. It took a little bit to plan out and conceptualize, but I am happy with the current results. I was testing out different configurations for the Iron Smelter District, which, by the way, is looking just really cool. I was doing the vertical feeding, and I came to a conclusion that I could change up the way that these smelters are done since it's being fed vertically. I found myself back in my blueprinter just cleaning this up and refining it just a little bit further. I took out the side splitters just because I don't think we'll end up needing them, and just put in straight belts. So that is where we're at with that. I am gonna get these installed and then hopefully finally settle on my designs. We have built a tunnel that is going to be the outbound from the iron drop-off. Got the iron drop-off all hooked up, and we are going to be powering it with batteries. We've got all of our smelters in place, which is a lot of them. 280 smelters total that are now hooked up to lines. Took a little bit to actually get the lines to function the way I wanted them to, but once we start transporting, we should be good to go. All right, at the mall, really all we needed to do was add in an area where trucks could pull a U-turn, and so we just added that square back here for them to make the turnaround. Then they'll go back into their loading spots and then take more of the ore away. I think the district playout is going to be really neat. So I also like how that looks. My computer is already starting to sweat a little bit. All right, pretty happy with how this is looking. We've got our Iron Ingots District up and running. We are feeding it iron from all of those trucks over here. And you can see we've been able to just throw on some random decorations here and there. And all the ore is flowing into our smelter district to make all of our iron ingots, which we will be taking under the tunnel, I think, and over into this territory for the next district where we'll actually construct things out of the iron ingots. But pretty happy with how it's coming along, and the drop-off station seems to be functioning just fine. We can go ahead and call this, throw on some coffee here, and we're not going to give this a green check mark because we're still in progress. We'll just give it this little construction check mark and say that we are halfway there, which is basically where we're at. We got plenty of room that we can build out this way and of course vertically. At any rate though, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.